So good morning, everybody, and welcome to this amazing live. I am really, really excited for this spotlight session with Sunny today. I'm going to be talking to Judith Mercer in a moment, and I'll tell you all about her shortly. Now, I've decided to go live on my personal profile, and then I will actually share this into the group, the Female Online Business Owners group, which is where I usually do these interviews. But we're having a little experiment. This is an opportunity to find out something about your own image. All right, so before we get started, my name is Sunny Love. I teach aspiring and existing female entrepreneurs how to create an online business that is profitable and successful whilst creating a lifestyle of freedom and choice. And it's something I absolutely love. I've come back again to what I used to do, which is teaching, and I absolutely love it. So let me tell you, the most important thing is my star of the day, Judith. You. So let me tell you about Judith. So Judith is a personal brand and image stylist. She works with ambitious midlife female entrepreneurs like me who have set up their business following a corporate role, often after redundancy or work-related stress. And aren't we getting a lot of that these days? So what Judith does is she helps her clients to resolve issues such as dressing a changing body shape due to menopause. That'll be me. Clearing out the corporate suits and developing a stylish, multitasking wardrobe for your business, brand, and core values. She rebuilds your confidence and self-esteem, which can often hold you back, if you don't feel good about yourself. And what Judith does is to make sure that they make a great first impression and be seen as the expert in their particular field. So she also helps you to believe that you don't have to achieve perfection and learn to love what you see back in the reflection. Gosh, I love
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, I love that. You know
Yeah.
what? So many of us these days give ourselves huge grief in the mirror. I did a little video about this, and very, very quickly, it's about the fact that we give ourselves a really hard time. And if a stranger were to talk to us the way that we talk to ourselves, we'd probably give them a bop on the nose.
Oh, too right. Yeah, absolutely. We are our own worst critics
Aren't
in
we?
so many areas, and especially our bodies.
Exactly.
We see all these perfect images in advertising and that kind of thing. We aspire to that. We expect we should be able to look like that too. But for many of us, most of us, it's not attainable. But you only have one body. You need to love it, and you need to learn how to
Yeah.
hide the bits you don't like and accentuate the good bits. We all have the good bits too. We just don't seem to see them.
So tell me then, Judith, how did you actually get started in this in the first place?
Okay, well, I was in admin. I was a secretary and PA for 30 years. I was one of these people that didn't really know what they wanted to do when they left school. I drifted into a secretarial course, and they do say that if you've got those skills, you're never out of work. And certainly, I was never out of work for 30 years. But unfortunately, during the last recession, long before the pandemic, I was made redundant. I'd been in my last job for about 11 and a half years, and I'd probably still be there if that hadn't happened. I had a great boss, lovely team, really enjoyed what I did. But they closed the Dutch office, head office closed our office in the UK, and we were all made redundant. My boss, fortunately, gave me the heads up as soon as he knew, and so I had about 3 months to decide what I wanted to do. And I decided that 30 years sitting at a desk in an office was enough for me. Thank you very much. Although I do that quite a lot now, but for myself rather than for someone else. And I'd considered image consultancy in the past. I'd always been I've always been fascinated by women who just seem to naturally look so elegant. It's just so effortless with some women. I was always fascinated by that growing up. And then I discovered that it was possible to do this to help other women look their best as a job, having done a sort of an evening class where we did a bit of colour analysis and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked into it and I found a UK company, long established company, where the consultants, when they're trained, are independent. So we can work with who we want, wherever we want. So I invested my redundancy in my training and setting up my business, and that was back in 2009.
Wow.
I haven't looked back.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, I actually really love this topic, and I'll tell you why I love this topic because probably, gosh, it must be 20 odd years ago, maybe even more than that, to be honest with you. My very first flurry into entrepreneurism was actually working with a party plan company, and it was literally they called it party plan in those days, so it must have been about 30 years ago. And what we used to do was go out and do skincare and beauty classes, and the beauty class was all about matching the colors.
Right.
So yeah, so I literally used to take swatches of colors which were in the seasons then. I mean, I wasn't trained, but I read a lot of books about it. But we had swatches of colours to determine their sort of colouring shade, their hair and their eyes. And then I would remove the swatches to show them the colours that really suited them and the colours that didn't suit them. And I just saw people's faces light up,
Yeah.
when they actually saw, even without makeup on, when they saw that a particular color could absolutely drain them, and then another color could totally lift them. That it was
Mm.
extraordinary. And the whole people that were sitting around the table, they would say the same thing. Oh my God, look at that. She looks amazing. And then when they put the right makeup on in the right colors, I mean, it just blew everybody away. I loved that element of the business, and that's why I was excited to speak to you today. So, I love the fact that you are dealing with women that have now gone into a transitional phase in their life. Menopause presents many different elements to one's life, challenges, difficulties, and one of them is the reduction of one's self-esteem and
Mm.
confidence, and not for all women, but many women. So I would really love to tap into how you help them get back to feeling like they're more normal again through the image and through your. I saw that you're also a life coach now as well.
Yeah, I don't really call myself a life coach, but I have done some training during the pandemic. I did a bit of extra training because it sort of it links in with the image consultancy really well, because it's a very personal thing.
Hmm.
When someone comes to me for some help and advice, it is very personal, and lots of other things come up. So having a bit of sort of life coaching training can be really useful too. But yeah, it's I've been through menopause myself. I still have a sort of, I still have the odd hot flush, but I've just turned 60, so I'm through it really mostly. But yeah, I know how that feels. I mean, apart from anything else, for a lot of women, their body shape changes, and so that's one of the things I address, because um, often you might have always had quite, for me, I always carried if any weight, extra weight I carried on my hips and thighs, but I had quite a flat tummy. Since menopause, that's changed, and I've got more of a tummy now. So I have to dress differently to sort of disguise that, and just by being able to disguise the areas that you're uncomfortable about, that you don't want people to see,
Hmm.
it just helps you, and accentuate the bits that you do want to, the good bits. It just gives you a lift immediately. So yeah, I mean, that's something I'm having gone through that myself. That's something I'm very conscious of, and I've had quite a few ladies come to me recently saying, yeah, my body shape's changing. None of my clothes fit me anymore, and I don't know why. I don't know how to put that right.
Hmm.
Um, so that's just by dressing. If you think about, if you know, I don't know, been to a wedding maybe, and got bought an outfit that you just absolutely feel amazing in. Just think about having that feeling every day. if you dress in a way that's, you know, flatters your body,
Mm.
and when you dress like that, your shoulders go back, your head goes a little higher, you start to feel better about yourself. So the way you dress and the colours you wear, and yes, exactly what you were saying, exactly how you were explaining, that's the reaction I get from ladies when I do a colour analysis too. By wearing the shades, everyone can wear any colour. It's about finding the shades that flatter, and it's really what's close to the face. That's what's most important. It's skin, hair, and eye colour that we look at. And by wearing those colours, it can make you look younger, it can make you look healthier, it'll take away those dark circles from under your eyes that you might be getting. So just, you know, taking some time, taking some care over yourself. It's self-care. It's really important when we go through menopause. You know, there are all these things happening. And for me, I suppose I was fairly lucky. I only really had sort of hot flushes and night sweats, which weren't very nice. But I didn't have a lot of the other, there's so many symptoms that ladies can get during that period. I didn't have that many other symptoms. I was very lucky, really. But yeah, it's just understanding, and while you're going through that, dressing in layers, natural fibers, so that if you get the hot flushes, you can take off a layer. You're not, you know, you're going to feel more comfortable. So it's about, you know, feeling and looking fabulous every day rather than just on special occasions, really.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's something that you know, for me, going through. I mean, I'm actually going to be 59 on Saturday, and
Congratulations.
thank you. And I must admit that going through. I mean, I'm post-menopause, but I've still got lots of menopause symptoms. Hot flashes are one of those that are just really hard work for me, really hard work. I have put on weight. I'm definitely not the same shape that I was. And sometimes, you know, I would actually regard myself as probably one of the most positive people that you could come across. But there are times when, you know, I'm away from the camera or away from social media because I always like to express the best sides. You know, I'll go away, and quite frankly, I want to hide my head under the duvet or the doona, because I don't feel as great about myself as I once did. You know, I'll catch myself in the mirror and I'll go, "Oh my God, how did my body change so much? You know, how did that change?" And I'm aware of there are certain clothes that we can wear that just accentuate the worst parts that we feel are the worst parts.
Mm, mm,
And so I've had to develop my wardrobe, and I'm interested as well, from you, Judith, that because so many women, you're particularly talking to menopause women or people that have, or women that have left the corporate world, and I was again in the corporate world, and I know what it's like. We wear suits, you know, we wear suited and booted, nice shirts and what have you, but that just doesn't suit the online world.
no.
So how have you been able to adapt, that, you know, how do you help women transition from that suited and booted way of being to now someone that's online that needs to look smart but at the same time casual, and
Mm.
then maybe not too casual? Because I think some people, I mean, I saw a little live yesterday and they're actually in bed.
Oh dear.
No,
Yeah.
actually in bed like this with the blanket up here.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
sitting on one's bed is a different thing to actually being in bed. I think that's a little bit different. But how do you help them adapt?
Okay. I mean, a lot of it is, it depends a great deal on the type of business that you're now running. Presumably you're, you know, if you're an entrepreneur now, there are so many women that have come out of the corporate environment and set up their own businesses in all kinds of businesses out there. And a lot of it is about your type of business and how you want other people to see you, because you know, the way you dress tells people how to respond to you, and tells other people about you and about what you do. So it's sort of, you know, thinking about, because I talk about, you know, your core values and your brand. So what words represent your brand. Think about that, and you think about, are you dressing in a way that those words actually match your brand and your core values. I mean, for me, it's words like empathy, approachability, professionalism, trustworthiness. Because, as I said before, it's a very personal thing what I do. So I use colour and I use the way I dress to try and put that across over the screen. But yes, it's sitting in bed. It's not giving a good look, really. Just put on a little bit. If you don't wear a lot of makeup, that doesn't matter. You don't have to wear a full face of makeup. I've gone away from that. I'm not wearing as much makeup as I did, but I always put on a bit of mascara and a bit of lippy, bit of blusher, because it makes me feel good. And just, you're only thinking about the top half when you're on screen. So just think about, look in the mirror, or get the camera on your screen, and how do you look from that? I mean, I've gone for a colour that's quite unusual for me to go for pattern. Well, I've gone for a pattern this morning because it's a sunny day, and I thought I'd wear. I'm talking to Sunny, and I thought I'd wear yellow because it's a sunny colour.
Lovely.
So, and don't have things that are distracting around you. So, I mean, I always wear some earrings because I like to wear some accessories. But it's, you want people to look at your face and hear what you're saying. And you want to make sure they are hearing the words and not thinking, oh, I wonder what colour lipstick that is, and just sort of distracted by other things. It's, you've got to put across the right look that is appropriate for what you're trying to say and the people you're trying to attract, who your clients are, who your ideal clients are. So it's finding that. So I talk quite a lot about, what are the words that are relevant for your brand and your core values, but also your personal style, because you want to feel like you.
Yes.
But
yes.
you want to feel like you on a good day every day.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's about, bringing out your personal style as well.
Yeah, I would also saying that I know that we often, we work online and what have you, but what I find as well is from the menopause point of view, it's very easy to go into very, very comfortable clothes, and that's lovely. And I do think that our clothes should be comfortable. However, I think that if they're comfortable and scruffy, that doesn't make you feel good. But if they're comfortable and they look nice as well. So like loose trousers, for instance, that are more flowy fabric, lighter. Um, they might have like an elastic rather than a button, but they still make you look good, and a nice, a nice jumper, because we can I think get too sort of slobby in how we dress because we're not being seen by people, but actually you're still doing work online even though you haven't got the camera on. And I think that it is a way of building your confidence and building your self-esteem when you do actually walk past the mirror and you go, hey, I'm looking good today.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And I mean, I also talk about the fact that, even though I just walk across the landing from my bedroom to my office, I dress for work every day, because it makes me feel, it puts me in the right frame of mind to work. So I put a bit of makeup on, I do my hair, I dress for work, I put shoes on, and then I'm ready for work. So even though all you can see is sort of there, I'm wearing shoes, I'm wearing, comfortable trousers and a loose top, but they're not scruffy. They're, the top is linen, because I do find that in warm weather I can struggle a bit. So I need to be comfortable, but you don't need a sort of a collar and a jacket and that kind of thing necessarily when you're unless you're I don't know, being interviewed for something like another role, or working for a big corporate. If you're an entrepreneur looking to get into working with a big corporate company or something, then you might want to have that look. It depends on your client, your ideal client, the type of work that you do. Just bear that in mind, and those keywords.
Yes, yeah. So let me ask you then, because I am excited that you have a challenge coming up. Now, I know that Judith, you are holding a 3-day challenge. Now, that 3-day challenge starts next Monday.
Yes, it
Yep.
does.
So it's actually labeled How to Transform Your Wardrobe from Corporate Career to Engaging Entrepreneur.
Yes. Yeah.
What can we expect over the 3 days? How is
Okay.
that going to work?
So I've made it 3 days so that it's quick. It's, we're all busy. So I have in the past run 5-day challenges for various things, but I thought, it's this is aimed much more at specifically at entrepreneurs. We're busy, so just 3 days, short tasks each day, and we're going to be looking at, removing those corporate clothes from your wardrobe that are sitting there gathering dust. You don't need to wear them anymore, but they may have cost you a lot of money, and you feel, you can't let go of them because of that. Or you just haven't, you just don't want to think about them. Maybe you were in a stressful job, and just by looking at those clothes, it brings back feelings of stress and
Ah,
and why have that sitting in
mm,
your wardrobe? So we're going to address that. We're going to look at how you can maybe transform things so that you can wear some of those items again. Maybe a jacket. So it might be a work jacket, a suit jacket that you can zhuzh up a bit with, I don't know, adding something to the lapels, changing the buttons maybe, if you think you're going to wear it again by doing that.
mm,
Or is it time to move it on? There are charities out there that help, men and women, to get back into work. Maybe women, maybe people who have even been on the streets for
mm.
whatever reason. They provide them with an outfit for an interview, and some sort of guidance on interview techniques and that kind of thing. So
Mhm,
there are charities where you can send your corporate clothes to help women in
mm.
those sort of situations.
Yeah.
Um, or you
When I
can,
was in Australia, there used to be one called Dress for Success.
yeah, that's in the
Um,
UK too.
mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
right,
couple in the UK. Dress
right.
for Success is one of them. Yes.
Yes.
I can't think of the name of the other one at the moment, but I will be giving the details of all of that in within the challenge.
Great.
Or it might be that you can take them to a dress agency and get a bit of money back on them.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Or if they're past their best, but they're still sort of okay, then the local charity shop. But
Mm.
if you've hardly worn them and then you've spent a lot of money on them, then you might just be holding on to them thinking, well, I can't just let that go to a charity shop.
Yes.
Um, or as I
So,
say, we can, look at
sorry, Judith, can I just
reworking them.
ask about that? So, are you going to be getting people to get their stuff out the wardrobe and have a good look at them? And
Yes, absolutely.
brilliant. I love it.
Absolutely.
Love
But
it.
it's just we're just focusing on those corporate clothes. So we're not looking at the whole wardrobe. We're
Mm,
just looking at the corporate clothes.
mm,
I'm also going to talk a little bit about your brand now, and whether those clothes fit with that or not,
mhm,
um, and how to move forward with your wardrobe so that you're dressing appropriately for your whatever your business is right now.
mhm,
um, there's just by signing up, you also get a free copy of an ebook that's £5 on my website, which is called the Wardrobe Workout ebook. That's lots of information on how to get your clothes organized in your wardrobe, how to take care of them.
mm.
There's lots of hints and tips in there. So that's free just by signing up.
Yeah, that's
There's
good.
the opportunity to win a prize for the most engaged person on the challenge over the 3 days.
Mhm,
And there's also a special offer at the end to join my program, my high value program,
mhm.
um, which I'm going to be giving a special offer on that for a very short period of time for those who are on the challenge.
Yeah, it sounds really fantastic, and I hope you do some challenges for other parts of the wardrobe as well, because I've got rid of all my corporate stuff a long time ago
Okay.
because I moved to Australia and I became more of a barefoot gypsy. And the weird thing is, I'm kind of doing another transition, but I'm transitioning from my more boho clothes to slightly more sensible. So that's a
We're in the
different.
middle now between those two, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. I still like some of the boho side of things, but so Rita here, Rita, who actually comes from Australia, she says that it makes you feel better to donate to people needing clothes to get back into the workforce. And you know what, Rita, I think that you're absolutely right, and that actually contributes to one's own self-esteem.
Yeah.
Because anything that we can do for other people, we're then not being so internal on ourselves, and we're being more external. We're thinking about how you can serve someone else. And when you do that, the gratification for oneself is
Mm,
immense. You
absolutely.
can walk away and go, yeah, you know what, I've
You've
done
done
something really
something
good
good for
today.
someone. And you're recycling too. So yeah,
Yes,
it's all
yes.
good. It's
Yeah,
all good.
absolutely. Absolutely. So tell me, Judith, I mean, I could talk to you for hours and hours. I've set these sessions up for like 30 minutes because most of us have the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we should do like bite-sized chunks several times with several people because you are so interesting to talk to. I love what you do. Absolutely love what you do. Tell me, how can people be part of that challenge, and how what's the next step for them?
Okay. I'll put the link in if that's okay after our we finished. I'll put the link in for the challenge. So it's just a landing page. All the information is there, and there's a sign up box at the bottom. So you just need to sign up there. You'll then get an email. You need to confirm your email address. Once you've done that, you're all good to go. Now, it's going to run within a private Facebook group. So I'm going to be putting the videos in there each day, within a different guide. They're guides now, aren't they, rather than units in Facebook
Mm-hmm.
groups. So there'll be a guide for day one, a guide for day two, a guide for day three. But if you are not, I'm also going to do a live Zoom every evening. I have in the past done a Facebook Live, but I decided I want to do a Zoom with everybody each evening so people can ask questions, comment on how they got on with the task, etc. But if you're not on Facebook or you're not a fan of Facebook, you can still take part because I'll be emailing everything out as well. There'll be the video that I'm going to do explaining the task each day. And of course, you can join the Zoom call in the evening. So whether you're Facebook or LinkedIn or you're not a great fan of social media, you can still take part. But yeah, just sign up, follow the link, sign up, and you're all good to go. And I'll be inviting everyone to join the group over the weekends in preparation to get started on Monday morning.
Wonderful.
I'll be
I'm
in the group all day each day.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. I shall sign up for it, even though I'm
Oh,
not
thank you.
actually having to transition from corporate, but I'm sure that I'll still pick up lots of tips. And that for me is invaluable, going through the whole sort of branding thing. It's very, very
Yeah,
useful. So I want to say thank you so much, Judith,
thank
for
you.
being here. It's been a lovely opportunity to get to know you. I mean, I know that we'll speak privately some more and we'll get on a Zoom and have a good coffee chat. I just know that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be lovely.
Yes, yeah. So good luck with the challenge. And once again, thank you very much. And thank you everyone for coming online. Those of you that are live, thank you for your contribution with your comments. Do share this as well if you feel that you've got people that would benefit from this. And also, if you're on the replay, also share this because I'm sure that everybody knows someone that can do with a little help with their image and boosting their self-esteem. So yeah, just join the challenge and have a
Yes, please
go.
do. The more the merrier.
Exactly, more the merrier. It'll be lovely. All right then, see you soon. Take care.
Thanks so much, Sunny. Bye.
Welcome. Bye bye.